4 o'clock. But hey, I did not want you to miss out on my lovely, and I'm telling you, lovely talent young lady that I have on the show today. So let's jump right into it. The 433 with Dr. Deetra Poindexter. Let's give it up. That's what we do. So hey, look, I told you, you tell me what you're looking for and what Change for Hope do. We make it happen. So let me introduce my guest to you all. Her name is Miss Birdsong. And you know what? Looking at her. Look at her. Isn't she beautiful? Okay, I know I'm saying this for a reason. Okay, because she is a actress. Yes, she is, and she been in the business for a long time, and she got something special for you. So I'm not gonna steal her thunder because it's her show, not the Dr. Dietrich Porn. That's the 433, but it's Miss Bird's song, all for one and one for all. Let's hear it up for Miss Bird's song. What's up, girl?
Hey, Dr. D, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Now let me tell y'all something. Now I met Miss Birdsong at a event. So y'all said, Miss Dr. P, where you not at? Where you don't be at and stuff like that. So, but when I met her and she told me the wonderful things that she do and what she has to offer, I had to let her come on the show to let everybody know and all my students what she does because I know one, two, three, four, 10 of y'all out there want to do what she does. Let me tell you right now. And it's for all ages and all sets, boys and girls. So, Miss Birdsong, what do you do?
Well, I am an acting coach.
Get out of here.
Yes,
So you teach people how to act.
absolutely. Yes, I
So
teach.
now, let me tell you something. Now, some of these parents out here want to know: do you teach them how to act like act in school, or act like you got some home sense? Act like I don't gave you some education. Do you do that kind of acting?
Yeah, I mean, actually, it both goes hand in hand. Acting, you have to be very disciplined. So, when you go on set, there's rules to being on set. You can't go on set and be misbehaving or being disruptive. So we learn all those type of things, set etiquette, things like that, and those are things that can carry on into the house and into the school system.
Oh, well, cool beans. So we should be getting tips. We should get somebody chatting in this chat box like quick, fast, and a hurry because she just answered your dream call, parents. So tell me when did you get started in the business?
Well, I started acting as a child. So I started acting, modeling. I modeled for American Girl. I don't know how popular American Girl is. It's still, it was really popular in my day. So that's how I got started, and I just continued to do it throughout middle school, high school. Then I went to Georgia State University, where I graduated with a degree in visual and performing arts. So yeah, it's just been something I've been doing for a long time, and just being in the industry, I've learned so much. And so I just wanted to take, the knowledge and experience that I had and be able to share it with other kids that are coming up so they can have the tools so they can be successful in the industry as well.
So what is the purpose? Why all of a sudden where you at now? Why do you want to give back? What was your spirit telling you the reason why you just feel like I need to tell the people, the young ones, before me that's coming up after me? Why would you feel like there was a need?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, about 5 years ago, I actually started working for an entertainment agency. So I was hired on to work with their kids. So just help them with auditions, and if they had monologues and things like that, they needed to memorize. Help them get prepared to get in front of agencies and to get bookings. And I just knew that there was just a need to really work with kids in this space and to create a safe space for kids in this industry as well, because that's very, very important. And God just laid it on my heart to go ahead and do my own thing, because as I was working there, of course, the pandemic hit. And
Oh,
right. And so that just put that position on pause. But during that time, I was like, you know what? I love what I'm doing, but I want to do it my way. I want to do it God's way. And So One for All Young Actors Studio was birthed, and we've been in business now for about a year and a half. So I'm just really, really excited about the work that we're doing.
Well, I'm interested because you said a key word that falls in what I do and my protection of the
Mm.
youth. It's the you said to the point was about you wanted to show the safety
Mhm.
protocol of acting. So could you go a bit more deeper of what you mean and what that look like so that parents and young actors can understand so that they can be looking out for some signs.
Absolutely. So when I say safety, I mean two things. So number one, being in the industry, especially parents come into the industry and they may have a kid that is really talented and wants to act, but then they have no idea where to start. And so sometimes if you look in, you might meet the wrong people. And they may say, "Oh, well, you can sign up for my program for $5,000 and we'll get you this and we'll get you that." And that's not how the industry works. If you are
Mhm.
signed by any professional or reputable agency, you don't give them any money up front. Okay, because if they believe in you, their job is to get you bookings and then they're going to make their money. And so I've come across a lot of parents that have unfortunately met some people that aren't very honest in this industry, and they pay all this money and they're promised all these things and then they don't get it. But then they don't know better. You know what I'm saying? So because I know these things, I want to be that person to, help and get the message out that that's not how things work. Don't be giving out all your money and somebody say, "Oh, I can make your child a star, but you got to give me this." It doesn't work like that. So I just want to make sure, parents that are coming into this that have no idea what to do, that they have somebody that will be honest and tell them the truth about the industry. And then also, of course, when we hear about a lot of child stars, unfortunately, you hear the sad cases of, they grow up and they end up getting on drugs, or they have a lot of, mental health crisis and things like that. And you're like, well, what's going on? It's a lot of things that's in this industry. And so, parents sometimes they just leave their kids on set. They don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? In this industry, kids just grow up really fast. And so I just want to create a safe space where parents can come and they know, like, my child is going to be safe here. This person has my back. They're really here to help. They're not here to make any money off of me. They're not here to, take anything from me, but they're honestly just really here to help me. So I just wanted to create that space.
So with that understanding, so do we is this is like out of the realm of the normal type of work scenery that we are accustomed to having in America where you work a 8 to 5 or 9 to 6 type of job and stuff like that. They go in. You ought to know what your time is. Is it something similar to that, or is it totally different? Because when we're looking at TV, I'm just saying me. When I'm looking at TV, I see something done at night. I see something done early in the morning. I'm like, oh, God, do they just make the scenery look like that, or do they have to be up there early or that late at night?
Right. So it depends. Now, the rules are different for kids. So anybody under the 17 or under, there's only a particular amount of hours you can actually be on set. So there are actually like laws in place for kids.
Okay.
So depending on your age, you can only be on set. And as you get older, I know like for toddlers, it may be up to like 5 hours. You can only be on set. Um,
Mm.
just because it's just to protect kids, so they're not on set. Now, me as a grown up, I've done work where I've been on set for 12, 15 hours. You know,
Wow.
yeah, once you're grown, it's just like, hey, you just on set,
But what did that look like in a normal day to
mm,
be there for 12 to 15 hours? It's like, us regular people that got a job, you like, man, 8 hours, you getting double time, man. Y'all fit to pay me. So
right,
it's like, how
yeah.
do that girl look like?
Right. So you always have a call time. So it depends on your call time. Could be you could have a morning call time, an afternoon call time. So you always have a call time, and you want to at least get to your call time at least 15 to 10 minutes early. So you have a call time, then you have paperwork that you have to fill out, and then you kind of go into like a holding area where they have like snacks and things like that. So they always encourage you, like, bring a book, bring something to do, because a lot of times, if you might be only filming one scene, but they need everybody in place. So you may be in holding for hours before you even get to your scene. Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
yeah. So
So you in the holding room, which is with all the food, the
mm,
snacks, the drinks, and
oh,
you just like, okay, do I have any lesson to do? Do I got any work to do? You know,
right,
that is how you use your time wisely. If
absolutely.
you're in the industry as a student, as a youth,
Hmm.
then perfect time to be trying to get your work done, get caught up on your lessons. So when you do get called out of the holding room, then
Hmm.
what out of the holding room?
So once you get out of the holding room, then they'll take you on set. So they'll take you on set, and then that's usually when the directors and things like that, they'll put you into your places. So depending on what type of scene you're shooting, then they'll put you in your places, and then they'll get usually what we call stand-ins. So stand-ins are actors that stand in for the professional actors before the scene is shot, just so the director can get an understanding of what it will look like. So
Okay.
you run the scene a couple of times with the stand-ins. Then once the director is ready to go ahead and shoot it, then the real actors will come in place and then they'll shoot the scene. So it just kind of depends on the scene. If everything is flowing, everybody remembers their lines, you might shoot it a couple of times. Sometimes it could be 15, 20 takes. It just kind of depends on, what the director is looking for, what the, frame of mind the actors are in. Are they memorizing their lines? So it's every day on set is different. It's totally different day to day.
So also in that holding room, then you need to also be learning your lines. So you
At,
be
yeah, yes, yes, yes. That's the perfect place to learn your line. Yeah,
oh wow. I mean, it's just I guess when you're watching on TV and they all come together, you just don't know how much of the behind the scenes that
right.
actually takes to put it together in so many hours.
So
Um
man,
well and
yep.
everything. So well, okay, so let's bag it on back, rewind because see now in order to get to that last step, we need
Hmm.
you then.
Right, right. Right.
So, where are you located at?
So I'm located in College Park. I'm off Old National.
Oh, so
Um,
you in the net. You in the oh.
yes, Old Nat. Yeah, yep. South Fulton.
Okay, so South Fulton off of, over in Old National.
Mhm.
So now, how often do you meet? Well, how do they get with you? The schedule and all those good things.
Well, what I usually do is I do like workshop series. So right now we're in our summer series. So it's from June to August. So it's a 3 month series, and we meet every second and fourth Saturday.
Okay,
From
that's fourth. What time?
11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, so how impact are those 2 hours with you? I mean, what are you focused on? What is you trying to get the students to realize in that 2 hour pack? Because I know you jamming it in.
Yes. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. So we work on improv, which is a great way to just introduce beginning actors. So that's just unscripted acting. But that just allows your child to be creative. We come up with different scenarios, and we do some exercises and acting games. And then we kind of go into the meat of it, and we start learning how to read scripts. How to read scripts. Then we work on monologues, and then we work on duologues, which is performances with two people. And then we do group performances as well. And then we also just kind of talk about the industry. And like I said earlier, we talk about etiquette. So when you do go into audition, what should you wear? How should you act? What should you do? What should you do after an audition? It's so many different things. And then when we talk about, like I said, it's laws and rules concerning kids in this industry. So we, take a deep dive into those things as well. We make sure you get headshots. You can come on and get headshots on site. We work on your resume. So we doing it all. We take 3 months, and it's still so much more to learn. So we encourage you
Right.
to come back, but we definitely try to get as much information in as we can in those 3 months.
So now I know all parents. I'm a parent, but how committed how committed is something like going into being an actor?
Mhm.
How committed do the parent need to be? How committed the student need to be to go in this? Is this one of these like, oh, I played t-ball, oh, I played basketball, and then drop off and no?
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. It's a team effort, really until they turn 18. Even then, it's still a team effort. You know what I'm saying? They always your babies, really. But definitely it's a team effort. It takes the parents because, these kids cannot drive. So,
Right,
you know,
that's true.
about 15, 16, and they can drive themselves. But until then, you have to drive them to the auditions and you have to drive them to their rehearsals. So, it's definitely team effort. And then also, they're still in school. So even if they want to act, they still got to stay up on their studies. So you still got to make sure that they're not, lacking on their studies as well. But yeah, it's definitely a team effort. It definitely takes a lot of work. But if it's something that you really want to do, just make sure that beforehand that it does take a lot of work. But it's super rewarding. Like I love doing it. I love teaching it. So it's definitely rewarding for sure.
Well, the passion is coming through you all through this show. So feel very blessed to have you on the show today, and knowing that they can get in contact with you, and that, as they say, I say with the Eminem commercial, they do exist, they do exist, make believe. So I do have a good friend that her two sons went into the actor business as well, the entertainment business, when they was little kids. And she said it's a teamwork, parent and student. And this time where it does get frustrating, where it's like, okay, have you done your homework or your school lesson, or even getting the school to understand that your child is an actor and they have to fly out to different
Oh,
places to do their job. And did you run into any of that where the school didn't want to help assist your mom with your work and stuff like that?
no, I actually never had that issue, which I am fortunate about. So I never ran into that. A lot of things that I did were local until I got older and I got to a space where I could drive where I wanted to drive. But like my parents really wanted me to chase my dreams, but still very much get my work done. So a lot. And then in Atlanta, it was so much going on. You know what I'm saying? So especially now, it was a lot going on then. So
Right.
now is everything is being filmed here. So honestly, a lot of times parents, you probably won't even have to go anywhere to, to take your child. You may have to do a little traveling, but now like everything is filmed here. There's so many projects here. So you probably can just right
So,
here.
and since you mentioned that, with so many filming is coming here, they're almost calling Atlanta like the black or the Atlanta Hollywood.
Yes, 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 yes. It's the new Hollywood. So this is, if you are a child and you're interested in acting, this is definitely the time. It's so many things going on. So this is get going.
Yes. So it's so many spots now. I know I took some students to to the one in Peachtree City, I believe, in Fayette County or
Mhm.
Peachtree City. I can't think of the name right off the top of my head, but we went out there, and then we did a drive by at Tyler
Oh,
Perry Studios.
the studio out there. Okay.
Yes, yes. So and then I had a young student of mine. Her name, well, we call her Allie. So shout out to Allie. I'm not gonna say her last name. So, but she's a hard worker. She's an actor, and she been doing this as well. With being in my program, and at that time she was doing virtual online school, and
Mhm.
still gave her the flexibility to also to be on sets and everything.
Right.
So is that something that you would recommend for parents, because the acting is kind of like so influctuated, where
Mhm.
it don't have a set time? Will virtual or online school be better, or homeschool?
Yeah, so I think depending on how serious you guys really want to pursue it, then yeah, once you get to that point, like if your child goes out there and starts booking a lot of auditions, then I would definitely look on maybe either homeschooling or like you said, maybe getting an online tutor. And the great thing is every set legally has to have a teacher and tutor. They
Say
have
what?
that.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow! Now those some good benefits.
Yeah.
So I never even thought that that was something that they would even consider, that it was
Mhm.
still left upon the parents to make sure all of that it will get done.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yep.
Wow. So I'm gonna ask you now to go ahead and give everybody a shout out. Tell them, how they can find you. Well, how can they call you, contact you, the whole nine yards. 'Cause I got a couple more questions to ask, but I don't want them to say I got to jump off. Tell me your information.
I know, right? So you guys can visit our website at One for All Young Actors Studio, youngactors.com, and the four is the number four. So
Okay. So that one is a number one, or you spell out the number one.
spelled out, one is spelled out, the four is numerical. So
Okay.
one youngactorsstudio.com. If you want to contact us via phone, you can call us at 770-299-9553. That's my direct line. So you'll be talking to me. Okay,
Oh,
so parents, if you have any questions or anything like that about the industry, you can call me personally at that number. Also, if you want to email one for all young actors studio at gmail.com. And One for All Young Actors Studio is all our social media handles as well. So follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and stay connected with us.
okay, now, okay, so you can see her information strolling at the bottom of your screen. So if she said it too fast or you just couldn't get it, just do a screenshot, capture it so you can go back and look at it again. Because that's for
Yeah.
folks like me. That's I'm like, I can't write that. That stuff going across the screen too fast. So, but I also like to make a announcement so that everybody know that not that all for one is also partnered with Change for Hope, so that we might be able to see you on some of these broadcasting,
Yeah.
live stream broadcasting with Change for Hope, where some of your students will be seeing that you do a script, y'all do a monologue, y'all do put something together, and they can see a short, what you call it, a short story or a short film. What is the correct lingo?
Oh, for just a short film. Short films.
Okay.
Yep.
So we look forward to that. So not only will you see Miss Birdsong putting her special twist and touches, her magic touch on your student. That's why I said your student
That's
and
right.
everything. And see them putting a film together, the editing, the action, the emotion. I mean, really get into their storyline, so now they got a portfolio. So if they need to submit something to someone to show how they can transition, so I guess you teach them how to go from happy to sad to anger to crying. You can do
Yes,
all of that too.
I can. Yeah, 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 yeah. You gotta
Oh
go.
wow.
Gotta go deep
Oh,
sometimes to do all that, but it's possible.
cool beans. So this is not just a summer gig that you do. Is this a year-round program? Because I know a lot of parents gonna be like, look, I want them to get in this, but this don't do no good to do a startup and a
Mhm.
start up and start. So is this year-round?
Right. So we have a semester as quarterly. So so we do summer, winter, spring, fall, all the seasons. Yes. So we have so we do the sessions four times a year for 3 months.
Cool beans. So again, you all, please, if your kids are interested, even if they think they just want to see what it's like, do not deprive them of letting them get that exposure, that experience, and that education. That's what Change for Hope. That's the 433 with Dr. Deetra Poindexter. We want to make sure that our kids should not have to say, I wish I could have, would have, should have done that if I only had the
Right.
opportunity. So it is very affordable. Y'all heard me. It's affordable. Yeah, I know you like, how you know it's affordable? She ain't say how much it costs because I don't did all the homework for you all.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Right.
So is there anything else, Miss Birdsong, that you would like to say to everyone? We got about 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
before we end the show. But you've been a jewel. You
Oh,
really have.
thank you. I appreciate you guys having me. The only thing I want to say is, even if your child maybe is not interested in acting, there's so many benefits to taking acting classes. So it's not just, oh, my child wants to act. There's so many benefits to help with their interpersonal skills, to build confidence. Me, I was a shy child coming up. A lot of people are like, you? I'm like, yes. But acting really helped me to come out of my shell. So it builds your confidence. Just your public speaking skills. It helps with projection, diction, pronunciation. And then they make friends. Like a lot of my students come in, they're shy, they're quiet, but then they get to be around like-minded kids and other creative kids and kids that's just also there for the same reasons, to just, have a good time and get out of their shell. So, you build friendships in the process. Disciplined parents, I know that's something. We always want to, working on our child with discipline. So in acting, you have to be very disciplined. So it helps with so many different skills. So, even if you think it could be beneficial to your child in some kind of way, I would definitely look into it for sure.
Oh wow, you just said a mouthful. And I think you don't say something that's magical to all parents, all guardians ears, that they want their child to be confident. They want them to be having that spirit of that I know who I am and I know my worth.
Absolutely.
And at this time where we see so many kids that is trying to find their way, and so many different people is trying to put them in a negative environment. And like you said, being around like-minded people that's there to encourage you, to push you to the next level, to say that, hey, you got this in you. I will help you to study your line, whatever it takes. But we
Yeah.
want to make sure that you stay on top. And today I say to you, hats off to you, Miss Birdsong, for the wonderful things. Thanks to your parents for giving you those opportunities, those open doors, to give you that exposure, to give back and give it back to somebody else. And that if I say like this, if the Lord can do it for you, the Lord can do it for those other students out there too that just waiting for the opportunity. But you know what? I got to close out. Y'all know me. I love to have fun, and there's nothing you can do about it. I love you too as well. So
Yeah.
tune in with the 433 with Dr. Deetra Poindexter. Until the next time, be safe, be blessed, and be all that you can be. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Miss Birdsong. Appreciate
All
you.
right. All right. God bless y'all. Thank you.
Okay.